In this session, we will learn about how to create a virtual server in a VPC in IBM Cloud, and we will use trusted profiles and configure the virtual server to talk with a cloud storage object, which is nothing but a bucket in IBM Cloud. So first and foremost, let's start creating a resource group because I want to group all our resources in a particular account. So for this particular video, I'm creating a group called demo, and all my resources would be created under this group from now on. So I created the resource group. Now I'll go ahead and create an cloud object storage. I'll start creating a bucket. First, in cloud object storage, we need to create an instance, and then inside an instance we could create multiple buckets. So I would just say demo, and then I will say create. It already picked demo resource group, so it's according to our classification. So in this particular instance, I would be creating a bucket. I'll just go with the free tire option, and files public. I'll just call it as public files under it. I just need to drop some files into this, so let me just bring one index.html here, and then click next, and then the file is uploaded, view bucket, and then click next. Yeah, so now the bucket is created and there is a file, nothing but those are called objects that are stored here. So now we created a bucket called public files, and we have an object in it. It's called index.html. So now we want an compute server, which is nothing but a virtual server, to access this bucket. So to do that, first let's set up a VPC. So let's go to click VPC. Let's go to VPC, and then let's go to the VPCs, and then let's create a VPC. So I wanted the VPC to be created in US East, so I'm calling this VPC demo VPC, and I want it to be part of demo group. And then I don't want SSH access or anything right now, and I just want one subnet, so I'm gonna delete all rest of them. And then I want this subnet to have access to internet, so I'm enabling public gateway. That way all the virtual servers coming in this subnet will have outbound access to internet in case if they have to download some packages or upgrade to the latest version of some APT packages. So I'm saving it, so I'm just gonna click save. The cost is $1 because when you enable public gateway, it creates a floating IP, which is a public IP that would be allocated. So that's the price of the creation of VPC. So now a VPC is created. It's called demo, and now we could start creating a trusted profile first, so that we have access to it. So let's go and create a trusted profile under IAM. Okay, I'm creating a trusted profile called demo instance profile. Continue, and I want to give it access to only to the compute instances. So right now I'm just saying for all the virtual servers for a VPC, and I'm giving for all resources, and then there is no conditions. The only condition I'm setting is if any virtual server, if it is having a resource group name equals to demo, it can basically access what we want to do. So the trusted profile, we are giving access to Oh, cloud object storage. So what we are setting here is we are creating a trusted profile, saying that any compute instance can access cloud object storage. Uh, but the only catch is the compute virtual server and compute instance, they need to be belonging to the resource group demo. So I'm saying all resources, and then I want reader access, content reader access, and then content reader access, and then just gonna say review, and then I'm gonna click add. So and then I'm gonna create it. So this created me a trusted profile, where I'm giving access to it. If you look at it, for all the virtual servers of the VPC whose resource group name equals to demo, they can access cloud object storage, and I have given the role as reader and content reader. Okay, so now let's go back to our VPC and create an infrastructure, network, and VPCs. So we created a VPC successfully. So now we have also created subnet as part of it. So this is a subnet that got created. Let's rename it for more readability. Let's call it as demo subnet. And then in this demo subnet, let's create an virtual server. So you click plus and then US East demo API server. So I want it to be part of demo group, and then I want the image to be Ubuntu image, and then it should be 22, and then I have a profile that I wanted to change to compute, and then I will have my SSH key configured, have my boot volume set up. I will create a data volume too. I will call it demo 1, and then I'll just give it 10 GB storage, and then I'll say create. And networking, I'll be creating a virtual server. So I would not create a security group right now. I will leave it to default. I'll go back and edit the security group, but I want to add a default server. So I have just noted down. So I will be, so this is what I wanted to run when the server starts. And then in the metadata, I wanted to select a trusted profile. uh, demo instance profile is what we created, and then we wanted to have secure access. We will enable that. We have to enable metadata and then secure access. So now we are trying to create a virtual server which is in the demo VPC, and which has a trusted profile configured, which can let it access a compute cloud object storage. Now let's create a virtual server. So by default, when you create a virtual server, it doesn't provide any public IP. So in case if you need a public IP, you need to configure it in the network interface. So now let's go to network interface, virtual network interface, and look at the network. So this is the network interface that was created. So I have to go down and go to the floating IP and say that I need to reserve a new floating IP. I will say demo API, and the resource group is demo. See, now since you created a resource group, you can easily classify all the resources in a particular group, and it makes it easy to provide access in the future too. So now I created a floating IP to the network interface, and now I will go to security groups and create one security group saying that I want the access only in a particular demo SG demo group, and then it should be in the demo VPC. Let's add some inbound and outbound rules. I want to port from anything, but I want to restrict to my home IP. So let me just get me my home IP. Yeah, this is my home IP, so I will just configure that right now as the IP address, and destination can be anything. And outbound roles also, for right now, since I don't have any restrictions, I'm letting it have connection to anything 000. And now I'll be creating the security group, and now I'll go back to network interface again and say that I want to remove the default security group that is attached to the network interface and associate with the newer security group I just created. So in the security groups, I'll go to attach, and then I'll say this attach, and then the existing one I'm gonna detach it. Detach, all done. And now I'm almost there. I have a compute instance, virtual server instance called server demo API server, which is having a trusted profile called demo instance profile, and it is having a network interface which has a public IP, and then which has a security group which is only allowing traffic from my home IP, and then it is having the storage volume attached. So now let's see how to connect to this instance, right? Yeah, so I'll say minus ssh minus a root at the rate 150 dot 150.239.1008.150. So this is a public IP that was given to the host. So now I could successfully log into the demo API server that is created, and also with this IP I could even reach internet, and I could just do a curl and see I got this. I'm a front end server because this is what I have given as the Nginx default route when I'm configuring my virtual server. So let's go back SSH into the mission. Okay, so now to check whether the trusted profile via trusted profile, can this particular virtual server access the cloud object storage, we need to first generate something called identity token of the instance. Using the identity token, we could call any IAM related we could generate something called IAM token to call any IAM related service resources. So the first step is to generate an identity token. After that, using the identity token, you need to generate IAM token. After you generate the IAM token, using that IAM token, you can call any IAM related services from this instance. So let's first go back to this document. I will be showing how to create a. So this is the command how to configure an identity token. So this would run and store so it says it's complaining that JQ is not present, so let's install JQ. Okay, so now so now the identity token has been saved here. Now using this identity token, let's get the IAM token. So This is the API call. So we are using the instance metadata of the virtual server to generate all this information. Okay, so now the IAM token is also generated. Using the IAM token, we need to get the we can try accessing the bucket. So first, this is the command to do it, but we need to get the service instance ID. So the service instance ID is the information we will have here. Let's go back to Cloud Object Storage, instances, demo, and then let's go to the configuration. You can click on the details here. You have this is the service instance ID of the. Okay. Okay, we will try copying that here. And then maybe let's copy it somewhere else which is more readable. Okay, and then we need to first I copied the IAM token, and now I have to copy the bucket. So the bucket is at let's look at the bucket details. It's called public files. So it's called public files and then index.html. Okay, perfect. So that's how we need to access the bucket. So there is some, I think there is some authorization problem here. Let's go and see where the bucket is configured, in which region it's configured. Demo, it's in US East and it has public access no, which is good. Then service instance ID. So let's copy this. Public files, the service instance ID. So we need to copy the service instance ID from here. Let's paste that information here. So this bucket looks like there is some problem where this bucket is not being accessed. Demo instance profile and the profile ID information is here. So now let's update that to this. Okay, and now I would just request for the IAM token. Okay, let's just get the IAM token now. So IAM token is there now. So now let's call the index.html. See, so now this is the content of my index.html page. So the virtual server was successfully able to establish the connection to the cloud storage bucket. So this is how we created a VPC which has a virtual server, and the virtual server as a trusted profile which can talk with the cloud object storage without any API keys in the picture. Thanks for watching.